Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're diving into a topic that many of us have faced at some point dealing with toxic people. Whether it's at work, in social circles, or even within the family, toxic individuals can bring a lot of negativity into our lives. But don't worry, we've got you covered with 15 smart ways to handle these challenging situations. So, let's jump right in. 15 smart ways to deal with toxic people. Dealing with toxic people can be a significant challenge in our daily lives. Toxic people are those whose behaviors and attitudes tend to be damaging, both emotionally and mentally. They can appear in various aspects of life at work, in social circles, or even within the family. Knowing effective ways to handle them can help you maintain your mental health and balance in life. Here are 15 smart strategies you can apply to deal with toxic people. 1. Recognize the signs of toxic people. The first step in dealing with toxic people is to recognize the signs of their behavior. Toxic individuals usually exhibit traits such as being manipulative, controlling, blame-shifting, pessimistic, and often belittling others. Recognizing these signs early on allows you to prepare yourself and strategize to protect yourself from their negative impact. Manipulative. They often use deceit and tricks to manipulate situations to their advantage, often in ways that harm others. Controlling. They have a need to control situations and people around them, often in unhealthy or forceful ways. Blame-shifting. They rarely take responsibility for their actions and always blame others for problems. Pessimistic. They tend to have a negative outlook on life and often spread negative energy to those around them. Belittling others. They frequently demean or belittle others to feel better about themselves. Recognizing these signs is the first step to protecting yourself from the negative impact of toxic people. 2. Set clear boundaries. Setting clear boundaries is one of the most effective ways to protect yourself from toxic behavior. These boundaries act as a shield for your mental and emotional health. You need to determine what is acceptable and what is not in your relationship with toxic people. Limit their access to your personal information. Do not share too much about your personal life, as they may use this information to manipulate or attack you later. Define when and how you interact with them. Limit your interactions with them to only necessary situations, such as work-related matters or unavoidable family gatherings. Avoid unnecessary conversations. Be firm in maintaining your boundaries. Do not let them violate the boundaries you have set. Consistency is key in enforcing these boundaries. 3. Do not engage in their drama. Toxic people often create drama and conflict to gain attention or divert attention from their problems. They may try to provoke you into engaging in these conflicts by making provocative statements or twisting facts. The best way to handle this is by not engaging in their drama. Stay calm and do not overreact. Do not allow yourself to be provoked into an emotional reaction to their provocations. Stay calm and focus on the facts, not emotions. Redirect the conversation to more neutral or positive topics. If they try to start a conversation filled with drama or conflict, redirect the discussion to other more neutral topics. Do not give them a stage. If they try to draw attention with dramatic behavior, avoid giving them the reaction they seek. Sometimes, not responding at all is the best way to deal with such people. 4. Practice assertive communication. Assertive communication is a crucial skill in dealing with toxic people. This means you need to be able to express how you feel and what you need clearly, directly, and without feeling guilty. Use I statements. When expressing your feelings or opinions, use statements that start with I to convey your feelings without blaming others. For example, say I feel uncomfortable when you ... double quotes instead of you always make me uncomfortable. Stay calm and speak clearly. Keep your tone of voice calm and steady, and speak clearly to ensure your message is well received. Be direct and to the point. Do not try to sugarcoat your message with unnecessary words. Say what you want to say directly and concisely. Do not be afraid to say no. If you feel uncomfortable or disagree with something, Do not be afraid to say no. This is an essential part of maintaining your boundaries and protecting yourself from manipulation. 5. Maintain physical and emotional distance. If possible, maintaining distance from toxic people is one of the most effective ways to protect yourself from their negative impact. This distance can involve reducing the time spent with them, avoiding unnecessary physical contact, and keeping an emotional distance. Reduce the time spent with them. Limit the amount of time you spend with toxic people. For example, if they are a coworker, try not to engage in conversations outside of work context. If they are a family member, try to limit interactions to unavoidable situations. Avoid unnecessary physical contact. Maintain physical distance when interacting with them to reduce the likelihood of conflict or discomfort. Maintain emotional distance. Do not let yourself become too emotionally involved in your relationship with toxic people. This means keeping your feelings from being too affected by what they say or do. 6. Focus on yourself. When dealing with toxic people, it is important not to become too focused on their behavior and instead focus more on yourself. Doing this can help you manage stress and maintain balance in your life. Develop new hobbies or interests. Engaging in activities you enjoy can help divert your attention from the stress caused by toxic people. New hobbies or interests can also provide positive energy and improve your mental well-being. Train yourself to be more emotionally independent. Do not rely on others, especially toxic people, for your happiness. Focus on things that make you happy and satisfied with yourself. Strengthen your self-care routine. Ensure you take good care of yourself, both physically and emotionally. This can mean maintaining a healthy diet, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, and setting aside time for relaxation and self-reflection. 7. Seek support from positive people. Surrounding yourself with positive and supportive people can be a strong counterbalance to the negative influence of toxic people. Support from those who care about you can provide the strength and perspective you need to deal with difficult situations. Spend time with people who make you feel good. Friends and family who are supportive can provide a healthy perspective and help you feel stronger in facing difficult situations. They can also be an essential source of emotional encouragement. Join communities or groups with similar interests. Joining groups or communities with similar interests can help you find new positive and supportive people. Do not hesitate to seek professional help. If you struggle to deal with toxic people, consider seeking help from a therapist or counselor. They can help you develop more effective strategies to handle the situation. 8. Avoid unnecessary discussions. Toxic people often enjoy arguments or discussions that can trigger conflict. They may try to provoke your emotions with cynical or provocative comments. To avoid this, here are some strategies you can apply. Stay focused on relevant topics. Do not get caught up in unproductive discussions or those unrelated to the main topic. If they try to divert your attention to irrelevant topics, bring the conversation back on track. Avoid arguments that do not matter. Not all arguments need to be won. If you feel that the discussion will not be beneficial or will only cause conflict, it is better to avoid it. Limit your responses. If they try to provoke you with controversial or emotional statements, limit your response to only necessary points. Avoid responding with emotions and stay focused on the facts. 9. Stay calm and control your emotions. Dealing with toxic people can be emotionally draining, but it is essential to stay calm and not let them control your feelings. Here are some ways to keep your composure in difficult situations. Practice deep breathing techniques. Deep breathing techniques can help you stay calm and reduce stress when facing tense situations. Try to breathe slowly and deeply when you feel pressured. Use positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are statements that can help you stay focused and think positively. For example, you can tell yourself, "I can control my emotions," or "I will not let this person affect my feelings." Do not let yourself be provoked. Toxic people often try to provoke emotional reactions from others. Do not let yourself be provoked by their manipulations. If necessary, step back from the situation and give yourself time to calm down before responding. 10. Remind yourself you are not responsible for their feelings. Toxic people often try to make you feel responsible for their feelings. They may say that you are the cause of their unhappiness or that you should do something to make them feel better. It is essential to remember that each individual is responsible for their own feelings. You cannot control how others feel or react to certain situations. Focus on your own responsibilities and let them handle their feelings. You do not have to please everyone. It is crucial to realize that you are not responsible for making everyone happy, especially not toxic people. Prioritize your happiness and well-being. Avoid unnecessary guilt. Toxic people may try to make you feel guilty to manipulate you. Remind yourself that the guilt they create is not your responsibility. 11. Stay consistent with your values and principles. Toxic people may try to test your boundaries or force you to compromise your values. They may use emotional manipulation or social pressure to make you violate your principles. Here are some ways to stay consistent with your values and principles. Identify your core values. Take time to think about the values and principles that are most important to you. This could include things like honesty, integrity, or respect. Knowing what is important to you will make it easier to stand your ground in difficult situations. Set clear and firm boundaries. Once you recognize your core values, ensure you set boundaries that protect these principles. Do not let toxic people manipulate you into violating these boundaries. Maintain your integrity. Stay true to your principles, even when facing pressure or manipulation from toxic people. By maintaining your integrity, you can keep your balance and inner peace. 12. Prioritize your mental health. Dealing with toxic people can be emotionally and mentally draining. Therefore, it is crucial to always prioritize your mental health. Here are some steps you can take. Set aside time for yourself. Make sure you have time for yourself outside of interactions with toxic people. Use this time to rest, reflect, and rejuvenate your mind. Engage in relaxing activities. Do activities that help you feel more calm and relaxed, such as meditation, yoga, or a walk in nature. These activities can help reduce stress and improve your mental well-being. Do not hesitate to seek professional help. If you feel overwhelmed by the stress or pressure of dealing with toxic people, consider seeking help from a professional, such as a therapist or counselor. They can provide you with more effective tools and strategies for handling the situation. 13. Practice patience and empathy. Although it is difficult, try to understand that toxic behavior often stems from personal problems or past negative experiences. Here are some ways to practice patience and empathy when dealing with toxic people. Try to see the situation from their perspective, even if you disagree with their actions. Try to understand what might motivate their behavior. This can help you respond in a more calm and measured way. Use empathy as a tool, not a weakness. Understanding toxic people does not mean you have to let them hurt you. Use empathy as a tool to maintain your own calm, while still maintaining the necessary boundaries. Remind yourself that they might also be struggling. Toxic people often act from a place of unhappiness or insecurity. While this does not justify their behavior, understanding this can help you remain calm and not be overly affected by their actions. 14. To consider exiting the relationship if necessary. Sometimes, the situation or relationship with a toxic person becomes so damaging that the only way to protect yourself is to exit the relationship. Here are some signs that it might be time to end the relationship. Your mental and emotional health continues to decline. If you feel your mental and emotional health is deteriorating every time you interact with a toxic person, this is a sign that the relationship is unhealthy for you. They continue to violate your boundaries. If the person does not respect the boundaries you have set and continues to try to manipulate or control you, it may be time to consider ending the relationship. There is no hope for improvement. If you feel there is no hope for improvement, or that your efforts to improve the relationship are always in vain, it may be time to let go of the relationship. Do not be afraid to take drastic steps if necessary. Sometimes, leaving a toxic situation is the only way to restore your balance and mental health. 15. Learn from the experience. Every interaction with toxic people is an opportunity to learn. Here are some ways to take lessons from your experiences. Evaluate what worked and what did not. After dealing with a toxic person, take time to reflect on what worked in dealing with them and what might need improvement. This can help you develop more effective strategies in the future. Improve your boundaries based on experience. Use your experience to strengthen your boundaries. If you feel certain boundaries were not strong enough or were not respected, consider refining them. Use each experience as a lesson for personal growth. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow and develop as an individual. Use your experiences with toxic people as lessons to become stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling similar situations in the future. Dealing with toxic people is not easy, but with the right strategies, you can protect yourself and maintain balance in your life. Remember that you have the right to safeguard your mental and emotional health, and no one has the right to damage it. Stay strong, consistent, and focused on the positive aspects of your life. With this approach, you can reduce the negative impact of toxic people and still maintain your well-being.